Hello everyone, this is Robyn from mypinkstamper.com and I have a fun video tutorial for you all today. I'm using Stampin' Up's Pineapple stamp set. I'm also using Thoughtful Banners and I'm using Pear Pizzazz Flirty Flamingo, which is one of the new in colors for this year, and I'm using the new Banners punch. I'm also using the large polka dot embossing folder with the Big Shot. So let's go ahead and get started. And I have all the materials right here that I need. And I'm also using the silver thread, which is fun to add on to your projects. Okay, so these are the colors that I'm using. I have the Pear Pizzazz for my base of my card. And I'm also using some Designer Series paper, which is the new in colors, which is awesome. I love it. Isn't it just so pretty? I just feel like I want to wear it. I want to put a big bow on my head. Okay, so now what I'm going to do first is, what am I going to do first? Okay, so we're going to do the pineapple first. And so we need a swatch of the Pear Pizzazz and a swatch, just a scrap paper of our Flirty Flamingo. So let me grab my Pear Pizzazz really quick. Okay, here's a piece of my Pear Pizzazz. Now I've done something crazy to my pineapple stamp set, so if you're really OCD about your stuff, you might not be able to do this, but for me it's easier because it's just such a pain to me for me to color them separately. I've taken my pineapple and I've cut it. So now I can stamp the bottom in whatever color I want, and I can stamp the top in whatever color I want. It's easier for me to do it that way. You'll have to find out if that's something that you would want to do with a stamp, because it's such a gorgeous stamp and I want to be able to use it often. And honestly, for me personally, I'm not going to use it that much if I have to have a little more work involved, especially if I'm going to make multiple cards. Okay, so I'm going to stamp the bottom piece in Flirty Flamingo on Flirty Flamingo, and I'm going to stamp the top in Pear Pizzazz on Pear Pizzazz as well. And stamp this like that. And while I have my two colors out, I'm going to take my little swatch of Whisper White right here, and I'm going to use one of the banners from the Thoughtful Banners. I'm going to stamp this in the Pear Pizzazz. And I can put this away because I'm done using the Pear Pizzazz Ink Pad. And now I'm going to use the Flirty Flamingo, and I'm going to stamp Missing You, because we can always use Miss You cards, right? Okay, Missing You. And I'm going to put this away as well. Now we're going to use our punch. Now these are the great punches that lie flat, which I love. I just store them flat. You turn them upside down, push this little piece forward, and then they pop open. And you punch them upside down. So we're going to line this up to the punch that we need. Maybe I should have used a little bigger piece of paper. Okay, I'm going to line this up. And then I'm going to just punch it out. There we go. Let me get my paper out of there. All right, so now, I don't know where my garbage went. Now I have this, and then I can put this in my box, and I can use it with a different stamp from this set so I don't waste it. Now we are going to use our scissors, and we're going to cut these out by hand. And so I will show you the pineapple bottom part, and I've already done the top just to save some time for us. So I'm just going to go right up to it and just eyeball it. Doesn't have to be perfect because, you know, pineapples are just not perfect anyway. They all come in different shapes and sizes. And there are pink pineapples actually, because when we were visiting Hawaii last month, we went to the Dole. We went on the Dole train tour, and pineapples, I believe, don't they start out pink? I think they might start out pink. And so this is actually a real live version of what the pineapples look like in the beginning. And then I've already cut this out here, so I have this one ready to go. Someone is texting me up a storm right now. Okay, so I have the three pieces right here, And then the next thing we're going to do is get our Big Shot out. Here's my Big Shot. It's got sparkles on it. I was working with the Glimmer paper recently, doing a lot of Glimmer stuff in there. I like the sparkles. This is the platform for the Big Shot. And we're just going to stick the sandwich plate in there. And now I'm using the large polka dots. And I'm using a piece of the silver foil sheet. Now this is cut at, I believe this one is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. I wanted a really small piece for my bottom layer, or for my, it's the top of my layers. Okay, make sure that's even in there. Stick it in my Big Shot, add the top on. And I love the durability of the Big Shot. It's just a really well-made machine. Okay, that's all I need the Big Shot for. I can just put it on the side, and then we won't see it again. Now we can put our card together. Look at how gorgeous that is. If you have not embossed foil sheets yet, you are going to be hooked. They are just beautiful when you emboss them. Okay, so we can start putting this together. This is a piece of 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 Pear Pizzazz cardstock. I'm just going to fold this in half using my bone folder. Okay, now we are going to take this piece here, which is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. This is my piece of designer series paper. They come in all of the colors that Stampin' Up! Carries. You can get them in all the color families. They last you quite a bit. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and put, this is Silver Glimmer. This is cut at 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add this Glimmer paper right onto our designer series paper. And then we're going to do the same thing. Actually, we're going to use Fast Fuse. So when you're adding something onto the Glimmer paper, it's best if you use Fast Fuse, glue dots, liquid glue. It holds it a lot better. I need to turn mine right. And because I'm using an embossed image, make sure you have adhesive on all 4 sides. Now we're going to stick this piece right on top. I had some lotion on. I'm going to stick this right on top of our Glimmer paper. And now we need our silver thread, and we're going to wrap this around our hand. It depends on how, look at all this, look at all that glimmer on my hand. We're just going to wrap it around. I'm making my fingers like really large, spread out, so I can get a lot on there. All right, that's probably good. Little goes a long way, or a lot goes a little way. I don't know. Something like that with this one. We're going to use a glue dot for this and kind of pinch it so you have it like this. Like pinch it so it looks like a big 8 or bow. And then I'm going to use the glue dot. I'm going to use 2. So I'm going to use 1, and then I'm going to put another one on the other side. All right, and I'm going to stick this kind of up here a little bit. And just once you have it down with the glue, you can kind of, you know, mess around with it and pull it. And I just want mine to be a little kooky, crazy. All right, now I'm going to take our pineapple and I'm going to add some dimensionals on the back. I'm just going to do 4. So put 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. Oops. Okay, and then we're going to add this. Isn't this fun? It's a fun and bright card, and I cannot wait. I already know who I'm giving it to, and I'm so excited. Okay, we put the bottom of our pineapple, and let's put a couple dimensionals. I'm going to do 3. I'm going to kind of do them like a big triangle, like that. And we're going to peel these off, the backings. I get those stickers everywhere in my house. And then I'm going to just add this right here at the top. Kind of have it overlap just a little bit. And so this is going to look like this. And then we're going to take our banner and let's put 1 dimensional on each side of the banner. Let me get my stuff out of the way, my distraction. Peel off those. And we're going to stick this down here at the bottom where it says missing you, just like that. So this is just my simple elegant version, but you want to see what I did? I took some of our rhinestones and I blinged up a second one. Look at this. So this one I put rhinestones. Aren't those just gorgeous? I put them in all the little spots where they connect. And so there's just a couple different ways to use this stamp set and make a fun and bright card. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching mypinkstamper.com. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.